Amy Kretz, Health and Safety Coordinator here at Sugarbush Resort. At Sugarbush, we've incorporated the Fit for Snow program into ski and ride, ski patrol, and lift operations in order to reduce on-snow injuries. We've encouraged you to improve your diet by offering healthy choice options at the mountain, and we've also emphasized the importance of adequate sleep and proper hydration. Today, we're going to talk about fitness.
I'm Melanie, and I'm a fitness trainer at Sugarbush Health and Recreation Center. I'm here in the Shark Fitness Studio with Amy, Amber, Chad, Colin, JP, John, and Terry. We're going to show you a few exercises that will help improve your fitness and help prevent injury. You'll find you can do these exercises almost anywhere, anytime you have a few minutes. It's a small investment of your time with a big return. Today we're going to work on posture. I'd like everybody to stand with their feet under their hips, pointing straight ahead. And you can observe your body position in the mirror. You'll want to notice the position of your knees, and if you see your knees caving in or bowing out, see if you can adjust so that your kneecaps are pointing towards your middle and second toe. And then you'll want to look up at your hip position and notice if you see either hip hiked or if you see your hips shifted side to side. And if your hip is hiked on one side or the other, level your hips out. Good. And then we're going to move up to shoulders. And you want to observe your shoulder position and notice if your shoulders are level or if one is hiked higher than the other. Good. All right. So in this position, what I'd like you to do is turn, so then you'll see yourself in profile. And now what I'm going to have you look at is your head position. And notice if your chin is jutted forward. And if you can, draw your chin in. And then draw your shoulders back just gently. As you draw your shoulders back, be sure that you don't let your rib cage project forward. So you want to keep your ribs drawn in gently. Good. So again, take a look at yourself in the mirror, and if you do see your chin drawn in, draw your chin in slightly. Your chin jutted out, draw it in slightly. From this position, I'd like you to move into a half squat with your weight on your hands and begin to do a pelvic tilt to improve your lumbar spine mobility. So you're just rocking your hips gently back and forth into an arched or extended position of the spine and a tucked under or flexed position of the spine. And you want to do this about 20 times, slowly moving your hips back and forth. And notice as you're doing this, if you feel any stiffness, if you feel any pain, again, limit the range of motion if you're feeling pain. So you really want to feel tuck under, good, and then slowly, good. Lift your tailbone towards the ceiling, good. And you may notice that when you're doing this, that the motion may feel choppy as you move from one position to the other, from the arched position to the tucked under position. But the more you do this, it will help to increase mobility in your lower back. And that's really key before you begin to learn how to stabilize your core muscles, that you have good mobility. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is to stop the motion and to move into what feels like a neutral position of your lower back. It is a little different for each person. Find what feels like neutral. And then in that position, I'm going to ask you to do a Kegel action. And the Kegel action is tightening the muscles that stabilize the pelvic floor. In order to Kegel, what you want to do is imagine you're trying to stop the flow of pee. So go ahead and Kegel. Hold that for about 3 seconds. And release. And when you release, let your belly hang out. So really relax. And then after you relax your muscles, then again, draw in or Kegel. And be sure to do that without holding your breath. And release. And repeat that about 10 times. Stopping the flow of pee. Holding that for 3 seconds. Releasing, relaxing, and repeating. For you, draw your ribs in a little. Yeah. All right, once you've done 10, shake it out, right? Stand up, relax. And then what I'm going to have everybody do is find your good neutral stance. Feet underneath the hips. Knees pointing straight ahead. Hips level. Shoulders down and back, chin drawn in. And see if you can now rock your hips back and forth again. So do some hip mobilization, the same pelvic tilting motion that you were doing when you were bent over. And after doing that about 10 times, find neutral, and in neutral, Kegel, and hold that position for 3 seconds, and then relax completely, and repeat that 10 times. So in addition to the Kegel, which activates the muscles of the pelvic floor, which is also known as the inner unit, your core muscles that help stabilize the lumbar vertebrae, there are also the surface muscles, and to activate those muscles you want to do a bracing action. A bracing action feels like you're tightening as if someone's going to punch you in the stomach and you don't want to feel it, right? So you tighten your core muscles, the surface muscles. So after you Kegel, add a bracing action and hold that for 3 seconds and relax. And then try that again, Kegel and brace. So tightening the inner core muscles and tightening the surface layer muscles. And repeat that about 10 times. Anyone want me to punch them in the stomach to test their brace? No volunteers? Come on. All right, so what we're going to do now is test our ability to go from standing on 2 feet to standing on 1 leg with the core muscles activated. So Kegel and brace, and then bring 1 leg up and put it down. And then bring the other leg up and put it down. Where you hold your hands is optional for you, on your hips, out to your side. Continue doing that. Kegeling, bracing, and a simple marching action. And this can be used as a dynamic warm-up before you're about to go out and ski or ride, or go about your workday. If you've been seated for a long period of time, not a bad idea to increase some blood flow in your body. After you've done that about 10 times, stop, relax, and then again Kegel and brace. And this time what I'd like you to do is simply bring your left leg up and down 10 times. Assess your body position in the mirror, right? So are your hips still level? Are your shoulders level? After you've repeated 10 on one side, 10 on the other. And be sure to relax each time before you begin the next set. Relax, then activate your inner and outer core muscles, Kegel and brace. Lift, lower. Basically what you're doing here too is you're booting your computer. You're connecting your brain and your body, doing these simple exercises. The muscles that stabilize your spine by Kegeling and bracing, and then testing that. And watch where you're bringing your knees right now. So you should see, using a mirror, bring the knees straight up and down. If you see it crossing your body right now, or bowing out, direct the knees straight up and down. Once you've done 10 of those, what I'd like you to do is balance on 1 leg and gently swing back and forth. Of course, your core muscles are activated as you do this. Kegel and brace. Just swing from the hip. A few times on 1 leg and then a few times on the other. After you've done that a few times, relax, Kegel and brace, single leg balance, and see if you can swing your leg across, a lateral motion, side to side. A few times on 1 leg, relax, shake it out a little, right? Wiggle a little, and then create tension in the core muscles, balance on the opposite leg, and see if you can swing. You may find one side, that you feel more connected to, right? All right, and the last little test, relax, then Kegel and brace, again, single leg balance, and this time what you're going to do is just a little figure 8 motion. So what you're doing is internal, external hip rotation. After you do a few on one leg, switch, Kegel, brace, balance, and then see if you can move from the hip. A little internal, external hip rotation. I've seen some interesting variations. Very nice. All right. That's video one, I think, to me.